You know it. It is your Wednesday, spell with an I, WINDSDY, stock review. Let's go all into what's going on this fantastically splendid, profitable day.
Hey traders from around the world, welcome to your Wednesday real life stock review. My name is Jeremy Newsom. Today is a big day for a lot of traders. Tesla having a beautiful open, an incredible bullish gap and go with news that Tesla's going to be doing a 5-for-1 split, which is really quite sensational news. I'm very excited for traders who are in bullish either with shares or bull put spreads or long-term call options or whatever. This is really best case scenario, I think. And with this gap and with this close, we can expect Tesla to be pretty bullish from here. The 5-minute chart was a brilliant work of art, just a piece of just public Picasso of price action. This was an amazing pullback. Look at this high wave candle right at support. If you turn on the extended hours, it was actually a pullback right to pre-market support and just barely through a little bit of a lower shadow. This is where a lot of traders actually played Tesla bullish down here around this particular support zone. And if not, we actually set up a few trades on this one. Tesla, we set up an official trade early this morning that we canceled and adjusted for a little bit of a lower setup, but this was right at market open. I mean, this was an extremely bullish gap right here on Tesla. So, you see again, official entry, we're just playing it right above all that bearish selling that was happening this morning. So once we took that out, a lot of traders did play Tesla for a really strong bullish win. So congratulations for a lot of traders. Really proud of you. That's quite amazing and excited to see what happens on that one. Brad got the target 2 on Tesla. Dave got 1.1R. Maloney's doing really well. Victor was really excited about Tesla as well. Angela got 5.34 hours on the day. And then there's your really strong hit on Tesla at 1579. So Victor got 7.4 Rs. Jim got 2.1 Rs on Tesla. My boy Hunglao closing out a Tesla Iron Condor. I know my friend Andres playing some shares. Wendy Yates playing some shares. Anyway, just congratulations. I know Craig Levine's been extremely bullish on Tesla. And we traded sideways forever. We had good news. And from here, I think Tesla's going to continue to go higher. After some sort of small pullback and retrace and a little bit of a dip over the next 2 or 3 days. But again, if Tesla does gap up and open above this upper shadow, it's just going to kind of keep running for the most part. And congrats. So again, for the day trade, really nice winning Wednesday out there. And congrats Brad for playing a really nice setup on, that was Square. Sorry, Tesla was right here. I'll update that trade, but here was Brad's original trade on Tesla. So this was it, playing that again original high of day break on TSLA. Anyway, good stuff. Congrats to all those who are bullish on Tesla with today's candle. Tesla is having a 5-for-1 split coming up in the end of August, same exact day that Apple is splitting. And I do think a lot of people are excited about that. I think a lot of people will buy Tesla before the split. Tesla has never had a split before, to my knowledge. So this is really big news. And having that 5-for-1 split will make the stock cheaper. I mean, pretty much divided by 5 is where the stock price will be at. You'll have a gap and go. You'll have a bullish trend. You'll have decent earnings, right? The whole trend is bullish on Tesla. And again, from here, buy the dips. Looks strong and really excited to see all the shareholders get rewarded after the split. We'll probably have, again, I think kind of worst case scenario from Tesla, something like this, and then higher we go. So higher is what it looks like to me on Tesla, especially with that news. That's huge news of Tesla. A lot of people want to be in it. And even though fundamentally it doesn't necessarily change the value of the stock in essence, or the value of the company, I think a lot of people are just excited about buying it because it's going to be cheaper. So, hey, be with the public. Do what the public's doing right now. Qualcomm was requested, and Qualcomm was an absolutely brilliant gap up today. I did not play it mostly because I thought it would just kind of rest today. This blue line is what I thought it was going to do today, which was just kind of hang out and chill. and rest, but it did not do that. Qualcomm had the S curve yesterday. It was a retest gap, right? White candle gapping up, gap action, great volume, gapping above resistance. Here's the S curve. So this is where people are buying Qualcomm into that pullback. And yeah, congrats, I guess. Anyone who played Qualcomm, good trends, good overall movement, super sexy, looking beautiful, and all is good in the world of Qualcomm. So if you're in long on this one, stay long. You took out the 2,000 high, which is a big, big deal. So expect Qualcomm to slowly get up into 120 and remain bullish on that one. Trend looks bullish, gap looks bullish, everything looks nice. Fuel cell, FCEL. I was really kind of hoping that fuel cell would pull back into $2.41. That's what I was kind of keeping a close eye out for. But today you posted a really miraculous candle that looks like a hammer on fuel cell. Nice hammer, retesting this bearish candle. You'll notice the daily moving averages, bullish. Weekly moving averages, bullish. On the exponential. The long term, so that one could be a target, right? The 100 simple could absolutely be a little bit of a target on fuel cell. So if you do play that hammer bullish, I think it could be a little bit of an in and out type of play. But the monthly chart looks kind of interesting as well because you are breaking above the 10 EMA on the monthly. So you do have a little bit of buying pressure. So if you're playing fuel cell, I think shorter term bullish is the best look. So definitely keep your eyes on that for a long. Next request was Slack, WORK. And Slack is just really trading sideways. My note on Slack is if the stock closes above $30.22 before September 1st, then you'll have some strength. Otherwise, I just expect to wait for it to trade sideways until earnings. So the weekly chart looks a little bit, well, weekly. The monthly chart looks not that amazing. Really, Slack's just hanging out. I think, again, the best way to play Slack, in my opinion, is to probably just accumulate small position, like 10 shares every week or so, and just tiptoe in and start building a core position as it trades sideways for a while, chops around, and eventually we'll get some love. But today, relatively bearish candle, upper shadow, lower shadow. Watch it closely tomorrow. Work could surprise you tomorrow if it gaps up. It could have a little bit of strength. It could gap down. It would just trade to the 200 simple. But right now, if you're playing Slack, I think it's longer term, bullish to neutral strategies is how the best way to play it. Next on the list is RKT, Rocket Companies. This is Rocket Mortgage. A lot of people keep an eye on this one, mostly because it's a brand new IPO. And why not? I love trading brand new IPOs. And remember, my friends, trading is as easy or as hard as you want. I have a friend named Scott who lives over in California, and his trading strategy is very simple. Want to hear his strategy? All Scott does is he buys $1,000 worth of a stock at IPO on opening day, and that's it. Worst case, stock goes to zero and he loses $1,000. Best case, it pulls a Shopify, Square, Mongo database, Twilio, something of that nature. So every year he's putting about $40,000 into the market with about 40 IPOs a year, approximately, sometimes less, sometimes a little bit more. So he's putting that amount of money into the market, and there hasn't been an IPO that's gone to zero yet. There's been a few that haven't done anything great, like Blue Apron, right? Blue Apron, he did the exact same strategy with back in 2017, and obviously he's down on that, but it's not at zero. So even though he put in $1,000, granted it's at it's at $90 or something. It's not at zero. So long story short, it's a really interesting strategy. And RKT, we're going to watch it. We're going to keep an eye on it. Could this be a flag pattern? The answer is absolutely. I think we're going to watch it for a gap up, some type of open above here. I would relatively be pretty bullish if that occurred on Rocket Companies and just kind of go from there. But for right now, long term, I would just kind of wait on it unless you just, again, want to pull a Scott, buy $1,000 of it. Worst case, it goes to zero and you lose $1,000. Best case, it goes higher. Otherwise, wait for a good gap, wait for a good open, and play it like that. Two left, WDC. So Western Digital. I do agree with you that I think this one eventually is going to fade. I think it has just a little bit more pain to go before it starts bouncing. 35.59 would be a decent level. And I think that's based off of a long-term average on the adjusted for dividends chart. So monthly, yeah, kind of, sort of. So you can see we're kind of acting as a little bit of a support around the 200 simple on a monthly chart. But I think we can go a little bit lower if you're looking at playing WDC 35.59, more or less just playing this retest gap from back here in March. WDC definitely on the lower side. Absolutely, it is a retest gap, which is a bearish candle gapping down. And we're expecting that gap to fill at some point. But both Intel and Western Digital are going to take their sweet, sweet time to fill the gap. So as long as you have a long enough time horizon on both of those, I think you can eventually win. But just be patient and see where you go from there. All right, and last but not least, Stamps.com. STMP was requested. Stamps.com is on the high side. It has pulled a miraculous bounce, trading all the way down from $40 and some change up to $320, aka almost 800% return since March. Sorry, not since March, since May of last year. So this is actually one of those stocks that's been really, really strong the entire COVID time. And this is one that has just been showing massive strength, barely had a dip from COVID, and then recovered extremely nicely. So realistically, as crazy as it sounds, I mean, it looks like it's back in favor. Made a new all-time high. Amazing, amazing stuff. Once this volume got taken out and we closed above that volume back in February. Excuse me. Once we closed above that volume back in February, sheer money, boom, just started getting printed on Stamps.com. So yeah, I would say buy the dip. I wouldn't be super, super aggressive about going long up here because this does look like an island reversal. So be really cautious about going long right now. Obviously, the market's been very, very hard to short. But if we break lower on Stamps, STMP, that will be kind of a nice little relief. And we'd look to buy it probably around 215. So if you do want to short it, I get it. There probably is a short play out there. But just be very fast, very quick, and very aggressive with that short because it's been an extremely, extremely strong bullish trend. And usually strong bullish trends like that just kind of like to continue. So that's my thoughts on Stamps.com. Hopefully this was helpful and beneficial and enriching. I will see you all on Friday for your trade review. And until then, love life, and trade it. Bye.
All right, simply put, that was your Wednesday stock review. Thanks for watching. You are a wonderful person.